How's it going down in Beirut? Well, let's cross there, talk to our senior reporter Cyril Payen, who joins us from there. Cyril, how much optimism is there then that some kind of call will take place later today and that potentially from that some kind of peace deal could be signed?
Well, it's a lot of promises and speculations and rumors which are spreading all around Beirut, as you can imagine, since this morning. But the problem is from the very people in the street I've been talking to, these speculations, what has been going on for the past 2 days from Washington, for instance, and the statements from the US president just don't match with the reality on the ground here. There is really a sense of a decay between what is said, the statements, the diplomacy, and on the ground, this country, Lebanon, their country, being very much under fire. So yes, rumors are spreading. People are just trying to get the information, but it looks very amazing for them to have this 2 days after having putting on the table together two representatives of the both countries after 43 years, having this idea of something which is very hard to imagine. There's direct talks between the Prime Minister of Israel and the President of Lebanon. The problem again is we had this statement from Washington. We had some insights, some news coming from the other side, from Israel. But on the official side here in Lebanon, the statement was very clear. No, we don't have any clue. We don't have any word about this meeting or this phone call. So it gives like the impression that some things are happening here in the kind of a parallel world, you know, where the Lebanese are not being part, which is a problem because he goes back again of the problem of being in the center and the victims of a bigger theater, namely the war and the negotiations between Iran and America and the United States of America, of course. But there is again, like every morning, a cautious optimism. But what I'm speaking, the assault, the combats from the Israeli army is huge in the southern part of the country. Have been reported that in Dahiyeh, which is the Shiite Muslim southern suburb of Beirut, just behind me, some Lebanese army units are deploying now, whatever it means. But this is the only tangible thing I can report from Beirut after these speculations, these rumors coming from quite far away from here in the Lebanese capital.
Yes, Cyril, at the top there, you mentioned the situation on the ground. Of course, meanwhile, thousands of people in Lebanon have been forced out of their homes by the violence. They, of course, really desperate for some kind of deal so that some kind of peace can return.
Of course, but peace is a word that nobody expects or even to dream of, to be very frank with you, especially with the population from this southern part of the country. Hundreds of elite soldiers from the 98 division of the Israeli army, talking about commandos, paratroopers, infantries, are pushing very, very hard in some in places like Binte Jbel, in other parts, just to push forward 5 to 10 kilometers inside South Lebanon. And it looks very much like as you said, the nearly 1 million people who are displaced. IDPs now spread all over Lebanon. They start to think that they will maybe never come back to this place because what is actually happening in this part of the Lebanese country with 15 permanent Israeli military outposts already implemented, built there, that these people will never come back. The cities, the small villages are just razed by the Israeli military. So it looks back to the very tragic trauma of the occupation, the Israeli occupation from 1978 to 2000. And the problem, again, is we go back to circles and cycles of war in this country, and people just don't rely to speculations and rumors. But of course, if there is this phone call under the huge pressure, some people say diplomatic diktat from Washington between the Prime Minister of Israel and the President of Lebanon, it will be a huge step. But let's see what will happen.
All to develop during the day. Cyril, thanks very much. Cyril Payen, our senior reporter, joining us live there from Beirut. Well,